Hello students, in this part we will discuss a new chapter of 10th class chemistry, carbon and its compounds. The chapter number 4, carbon and its compound. In previous chapter, metals and non-metal, we have seen that there are 118 elements in the nature which are discovered. Out of 118, carbon has its unique property. So on behalf of unique property, we started a new chapter on the name of carbon. Means carbon and its compound. It means carbon has a unique property, so that it makes a new chapter. What are the property in this chapter? We will discuss later. First, carbon. As we know that carbon dioxide in atmosphere present only 0.03%. Carbon dioxide in atmosphere present only 0.03%, and carbon in earth crust only 0.02%. It means carbon has very low value in fractions, yet it produces a huge number of compounds. How the carbon produce a huge number of compounds? As we know that carbon is atomic number of carbon is 6 and atomic mass 12. Atomic number represented by Z, it contains 6, and atomic mass 12 represented by A. As we know that Z is equal to P and P is equal to E. It means the atomic number is always equal to the proton and proton equal to the electron. Proton contain positive charge and electron contain negative. So we can see that there are 6 proton and 6 electron contained in carbon. The number of neutron we will calculate it A minus Z. Atomic mass minus atomic number. We also can write it A minus P, because Z is equal to P. A minus E means Z is equal to P and P is equal to E. It means the value of atomic number, proton and electrons are same. So neutron we calculate N is equal to 6. According to Rutherford, in nucleus of an element there are 2 subatoms, proton and neutron. Proton 6, neutron 6. A, यदि हमें A की वैल्यू निकालनी क्या करेंगे? N plus Z, N plus P, same. So according to Rutherford proposed in 9th class, we have studied all the elements in nucleus contain its atomic mass. So 6 and 6, 12, atomic mass 12. And electron revolves into the circular path. These circular paths are discrete orbit, which was proposed by Niels Bohr. The atom or circular orbits are known as discrete cell or discrete orbit. We represent the discrete orbit or cell by alphabetically KL. Note this one, this is the nucleus, and numerically 1 and 2. Niels Bohr represent how we put the number of electron in each cell, each orbit. He described an formula 2n square. N means number of orbit. According to Niels Bohr, this formula we put the value of electron, we put the number of electron in the discrete orbit. Suppose n in first orbit n is equal to 1. The value of n is 1. So we can put it 2 into 1 square. 2 into 1. It means in first orbit we represent only 2 electrons. Then the orbit number 2, n की value, n is equal to 2. Put again formula 2 into 2 square. 2 का square 4, 4 to the 8. In second orbit there are 8 electrons can be put in the second orbit. But we have only 6 electrons. We have already put 2 electrons. So there are only 4 electrons remaining. But we know that according to Optics law, what is Optic law? Every element contain 8, must be 8 electrons. To complete 8 electrons, carbon requires 4 more number of electrons. Means there are valence electron in carbon, valence electron. Carbon has 4 number of valence electron. What do you understand by valence electron? The number of electron present in outermost orbit. There are 4, so we can say that 4 valence electron in carbon. Then the valency. What do you understand by valency? Combining capacity of an element. We have studied in 10th class. 9th class also. Combining capacity of an element, that is called valency. We again write it. The element whose outermost shell not completed, outermost orbit not completed, they are ready to gain or lose the electrons. The number of electrons lost or gained by the elements, that is called valency. Carbon has 4 valence electrons. It means to complete its Optics law, it requires 4 number of more electrons or lose these 4 electrons. So valence is 4. Carbon has 4 valence electron and 4 number of valence. How the carbon forms a huge number of compound? Due to valence electron 4 in carbon, there are 2 situations create so that it produce huge number of compound. First one, if carbon lose 4 electron, यदि कार्बन अपने 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन को छोड़ देता है, it will produce C4 positive cation. If carbon loses 4 electrons, then it produces C4 positive cation. Why? Number of electrons 6, number of protons 6. It means it contains 6 positive units charge and 6 negative units charge. But when it lost 4 electron यदि लॉस कर देगा तो इसमें इलेक्ट्रॉन कितने रहेंगे? 2. It means 4 positive charge increase and 4 number of positive charge increase, that makes the cation. But there is difficulty to lose 4 electrons. What? The required energy for lose the 4 electrons is not present to the carbon. कार्बन को 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन छोड़ने के जितनी एनर्जी होनी चाहिए वो उसके पास है नहीं, तो क्या करेगा? 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं लॉस कर पाएगा. The energy required to lose 4 electrons, जितनी एनर्जी की 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन को छोड़ने की जितनी एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, कार्बन डजंट कंटेन दैट एनर्जी. There is no such amount of energy. Present to the carbon. कार्बन के पास उतनी एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट, उतनी एनर्जी नहीं है. thus कार्बन does not lose 4 electron. Second situation, if कार्बन गेन 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन, यदि कार्बन 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन और कर ले, चार्ज इसके पास ऑटोमेटिकली पहले कितना था? 6 यूनिट पॉजिटिव, 6 यूनिट नेगेटिव. यदि 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन और कर ले तो इसके पास इलेक्ट्रॉन कितने होंगे? 10. तो नेगेटिव चार्ज कितना बचते पास 10 माइनस 10 यूनिट, पॉजिटिव 6। ये 6 प्रोटॉन 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को होल्ड नहीं कर पाएंगे, thus the carbon doesn't gain 4 electrons. Second situation, if carbon gains 4 electrons, it produces C4 negative anion. If carbon lost 4 electrons, it produces C4 positive cation, and if carbon gains 4 electrons, it produces C4 negative anions. But there is difficulty. लेकिन एक डिफिकल्टी क्या? The number of 6 proton which is present in nucleus cannot hold the 10 electrons. That the 6 proton in carbon's nucleus cannot hold the 10 electrons. कार्बन के न्यूक्लियस में 6 प्रोटॉन प्रेजेंट हो, 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन को होल्ड नहीं कर पाएंगे, 10 कार्बन डजंट गेन और लॉस द इलेक्ट्रॉन। इसलिए कार्बन न तो 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन छोड़ सकता है क्योंकि एनर्जी नहीं है, और 4 गेन कर लेगा तो 6 प्रोटॉन 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन को होल्ड नहीं कर पाएंगे। इसलिए कार्बन न तो 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन ले सकता है और न ही 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन छोड़ सकता है। तो क्या करता है? कार्बन शेयर्स इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, thus the carbon share its electron। इसलिए कार्बन क्या करता है? अपने इलेक्ट्रॉन को शेयर करता है, और जो बॉन्ड बनता है शेयर करने वाला दूसरे एलिमेंट से, कार्बन क्या करता है? इलेक्ट्रॉन को शेयर करता है, और दूसरे एलिमेंट से इलेक्ट्रॉन जो शेयर करने वाला जो बॉन्ड बनता है, दैट बॉन्ड इज नोन एज ए कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड। thus the bond which is formed on sharing of electron is called covalent bond. In previous chapter we have studied about ionic bond, the bond which is formed on exchange of ions, that is called ionic bond. And in this chapter we have seen that carbon shares electrons, not exchange, and the bond which is formed on sharing of electron that bond is known as covalent bond. Covalent bonds are weaker than ionic bond. Next thing is the covalent bond are weaker than ionic bond. जितने भी कोवालेंट बॉन्ड्स हैं वो आयनिक बॉन्ड से वीकर होते हैं. You also can say that ionic bonds are stronger than the covalent bond, because in ionic bonds exchange of ion take place, but in covalent bond only sharing of electrons take place. This formation of covalent bond makes the unique property of the carbon, first one. But later we will discuss there are two main property by which the carbon produce huge number of compound, and that is tetravalency. What do you mean by tetravalency? Carbon has 4 valence electron, that is the tetravalency. And second one is catenation. Carbon combined with other element and form a huge chain of compound. Formation of huge chain of compound is known as catenation. So carbon has two unique property. One is tetravalency and second one is catenation. We will discuss sometime later. Clear? These are the covalent bond. And how many types of covalent bonds? Types of covalent bond. There are three types of covalent bond. Single bond, double bond, and triple bond. So we can say that there are three types of covalent bonds: single bond, double bond, triple bond. Define single bond. The bond which is formed by sharing of one electron. Sharing, not exchange. The bond which is formed sharing of one electron, that is called single bond. Same double bond, the bond which is formed on sharing of two electrons, that is called double bond. And triple bond, the bond which is formed on sharing of three electrons, that is called triple bond. Later we will discuss some single bond, double bond and triple bond compounds, how they are formed and how we can represent single bond, double bond and triple bond. Clear?